Okay, so Mortal Kombat 12 was announced back in February of 2023, I believe, and yet we are still in the black about what to expect. We haven't seen any gameplay footage or trailers or anything like that. Um, we do know that Chronica had reset time in MK11, so basically we're going all the way back to the beginning. It seems like we might be getting an alternate timeline in Mortal Kombat 12. As far as characters are concerned, I'm expecting popular names like Liu Kang, Raiden, Sonya, Johnny Cage to reappear in this upcoming Mortal Kombat game. I'm not exactly sure how big the roster is going to be. I'm not exactly sure what NetherRealm Studios is going to place more emphasis on in relation to gameplay, because with Mortal Kombat 11 from 2019, there was a lot of emphasis on making the game more bloody and gorier than what we got in Mortal Kombat 10, which is something a lot of people never, expected or dreamt was possible. And I do feel that Mortal Kombat 11 is definitely one of the most, if not the most successful installment in the entire franchise, at least on a commercial level. Everybody has their own respective opinion on which game the entire series is the best. There are a lot of people who love the older arcade titles like MK2 and MK3. I honestly thought that, like, the last set of Mortal Kombat games, 9, 10, 11, were all great. I do feel that Mortal Kombat 9 still holds up well over a decade later. I still feel that MK10 is probably one of the darkest installments in the entire series. I do feel that MK11 is one of the most, violent and, I guess, bloodiest and goriest like installment in the entire series for the most part, because there's so much realism in that. And honestly, like the cinematic quality for like the cutscenes and the storylines and all that stuff, they were all very impressive. And some people were fans of the storyline, others wasn't, but overall, like, the dialogue was pretty solid, especially when it came down to versus battles with the back and forth, something that really got started like in MK10, and then it just became very popular as time went on. Um, yeah, it's just when Mortal Kombat 12 comes out, I wouldn't be surprised if they were exclusive to current generation game systems like the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, because you look at the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, those consoles are about a decade old now, and I think at some point, if they have not already, Sony is going to stop producing, PS4 consoles, because it's really old, and for the most part, a lot of people are trying to get things that are new and that's in. And pretty much the PS4, even though it still plays good and it looks good quality wise, in the eyes of some people, it's just considered to be obsolete. But at the same time, there are people who would still love to buy a PS4 and Xbox One because it's more affordable than a PS5 and Xbox Series X. And the prices of those two game systems are both ridiculous, but at the same time, that's not surprising because they both came out roughly over like 2 years ago or something like that. Because I believe it came out in both of those game systems came out in Q4 of 2020, I believe. So yeah, I can expect Mortal Kombat 12 being exclusive to the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. But then again, I could be wrong. But I do know for a fact it's going to be on those game systems for sure. But the main question is, what's the main storyline for Mortal Kombat 12 going to be? And who the main villain is going to be. Are we going to go back to Shang Tsung? Are we going to go back to Shao Kahn? Is there going to be a brand new main villain, for Mortal Kombat 12? We're just going to have to wait and see. But at the same time, I have no idea when all this is going to be revealed. I have no idea whether or not Warner Brothers Interactive is going to be at the E3 conference event this year. But I definitely expect that within a couple of months, we'll learn more about this game. if it's supposed to be released before the end of 2023. I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping that it doesn't get pushed back to 2024.